in and like, ha, gotcha, you leaned in too far.
Para que nadie pueda ingresar de esta línea amarilla que estamos viendo en este momento. En un intento por tomarle una fotografía, pero la seguridad en este momento en Washington es tan fuerte que ni tan siquiera los periodistas se pueden acercar hasta el perímetro donde ellos lo permiten después de esta cinta amarilla para tomar una fotografía y un video.
Oh, it's just something with the inauguration proceedings. Oh, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Good, man. How you been?
I'm good. You got a real life on you.
Oh yeah, ditto. What's up? How y'all doing? Good to see you, man. You been good? Staying warm?
Yeah. Did you see behind you?
What's that?
Did you see behind you over there?
Oh yeah, we just try to avoid those guys altogether, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy stuff.
All right. If you go next over there, I'll come with you.
Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, I'll go ask them some questions. Yeah,
I gotta get there.
yeah, I'll let you know.
Good afternoon, this is Capitol Police. Just want to advise that a police line has been established by the Jersey barriers. And if I can get you to move back on the other side of the Jersey barriers. Thank you.
You're like on, yeah, we're all on top.
Need everyone to move back by the Jersey barriers. Thank you for your cooperation. Line, go ahead and move up as they progress toward the bike rack. I'm sorry.
Oh, so there, crowd control in effect. So, I mean, we're behind this Jersey barrier and this post, I think.
Thank you for your
So I'm not sure what the original. Oh, sorry. I'm getting all up into your cookies here. Oh, he said we could be on this one, be okay.
On the other side.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I won't.
Yeah.
Al otro lado, por favor.
What's your name? We can look at your picture in the next 10 minutes. Kirsten. Yeah.
Sir, can you move off the Jersey barrier so we can get people over, please?
I'm sorry, you want us off. Again.
Oh. Duck under the line.
Hay una amenaza de actos violentos y se está tratando, se está procurando de que esto no se repita. Tenemos a los jóvenes que vinieron de otro estado para apoyar la toma de posesión de.
What are your thoughts on Biden?
Love him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on representing the American people?
I think he's refreshing, and I'm excited to have him.
Shuffle this way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Execute this really gracefully, by the way.
You're good. You're good. Oh, wow. They're really going in over there. Jeez. Thanks. Appreciate you. Can I ask you guys, what are you most excited about right now about today?
Trump is gone!
It's interesting you didn't say that Biden's president, though.
Biden's president.
President, yes, of course.
Okay.
Win, you know.
Jeez, okay. What are your thoughts about how the direction of the country? Where are we going now?
Brighter days, hopefully.
Yeah.
Back to unified.
Unity, peace, no hate, no more hate, hopefully.
Can't stir up insurrection anymore, right?
What are your thoughts about everything that happened at like the shift of things? How it was kind of like a push from the far left that was really kind of out in like these, really aggressive fronts, and then it kind of flipped over. Then we saw what happened on the 6th, and you had people on the right, and all of a sudden they're storming the Capitol now. Like, are we in the middle now where people are agreeing that change needs to happen, or?
I think that the way things have moved, people have already given up hope for President Trump. He's left. He's already in Florida. I think.
All right, let's watch this old man speak. Just a second.
As soon as the news cycle's dead, it's dead.
Yeah. Are we going to see less protesting this year, you think?
There's still, I believe, if another act of, against African Americans happens again, I'm sure we'll take.
Ground, we're just a few days ago. Violence sought to shake the Capitol's very foundation. We come together as one nation, under God, indivisible, to carry out the peaceful transfer of power as we have for more than 2 centuries. As we look ahead, in our uniquely American way, restless, bold, optimistic, and set our sights on the nation we know we can be and we must be. I thank my predecessors of both parties for their presence here today. I thank them from the bottom of my heart. And I know the resilience of our Constitution and the strength of our nation, as does President Carter, who I spoke with last night, who cannot be with us today, but whom we salute for his lifetime in service. I've just taken the sacred oath each of those patriots have taken. The oath first sworn by George Washington. But the American story depends not on any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us, on we the people who seek a more perfect union. This is a great nation. We are good people. And over the centuries, through storm and strife, in peace and in war, we've come so far, but we still have far to go. We'll press forward with speed and urgency, for we have much to do in this winter of peril and significant possibilities. Much to repair, much to restore, much to heal, much to build, and much to gain. Few people in our nation's history have been more challenged or found a time more challenging or difficult than the time we're in now. Once-in-a-century virus that silently stalks the country. It's taken as many lives in 1 year as America lost in all of World War II. Millions of jobs have been lost. Hundreds of thousands of businesses closed. A cry for racial justice, some 400 years in the making, moves us. The dream of justice for all will be deferred no longer. A cry for survival comes from the planet itself. A cry that can't be any more desperate or any more clear. And now, a rise of political extremism, white supremacy, domestic terrorism, that we must confront and we will defeat. To overcome these challenges, to restore the soul and secure the future of America, requires so much more than words. It requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy: unity. Unity. In another January, on New Year's Day in 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. When he put pen to paper, the president said, and I quote, "If my name ever goes down into history, it'll be for this act, and my whole soul is in it." My whole soul is in it. Today, on this January day, my whole soul is in this. Bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation. And I ask every American to join me in this cause. Uniting to fight the foes we face: anger, resentment and hatred, extremism, lawlessness, violence, disease, joblessness, and hopelessness. With unity, we can do great things, important things. We can right wrongs. We can put people to work in good jobs. We can teach our children in safe schools. We can overcome the deadly virus. We can reward work and rebuild the middle class and make health care secure for all. We can deliver racial justice, and we can make America once again the leading force for good in the world.
I thought he was going to say, "Make America great again." I about died.
Some like a foolish fantasy these days. I know the forces that divide us are deep and they are real. But I also know they are not new. Our history has been a constant struggle between the American ideal that we're all are created equal and the harsh, ugly reality that racism, nativism, fear, demonization have long torn us apart. The battle is perennial, and victory is never assured. Through Civil War, the Great Depression, World War, 9/11, through struggle, sacrifice, and setbacks, our better angels have always prevailed. In each of these moments, enough of us have come together to carry all of us forward. And we can do that now. History, faith, and reason show the way of unity. We can see each other not as adversaries, but as neighbors. We can treat each other with dignity and respect. We can join forces, stop the shouting, and lower the temperature. For without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury. No progress, only exhausting outrage. No nation, only a state of chaos. This is our historic moment of crisis and challenge, and unity is the path forward. And we must meet this moment as the United States of America. If we do that, I guarantee you we will not fail. We have never, ever, ever, ever failed in America. We've acted together. And so today, at this time, in this place, let's start afresh, all of us. Let's begin to listen to one another again, hear one another, see one another, show respect to one another. Politics doesn't have to be a raging fire, destroying everything in its path. Every disagreement doesn't have to be a cause for total war. And we must reject the culture in which facts themselves are manipulated and even manufactured. My fellow Americans, we have to be different than this. America has to be better than this. And I believe America is so much better than this. Just look around. Here we stand in the shadow of the Capitol Dome, as was mentioned earlier, completed amid the Civil War, when the Union itself was literally hanging in the balance. Yet we endured. We prevailed. Here we stand, looking out on the great mall where Dr. King spoke of his dream. Here we stand where 108 years ago, at another inaugural, thousands of protesters tried to block brave women marching for the right to vote. And today, we mark the swearing in of the first woman in American history elected to national office, Vice President Kamala Harris. Don't tell me things can't change. Here we stand, across the Potomac from Arlington Cemetery, where heroes who gave the last full measure of devotion rest in eternal peace. And here we stand, just days after a riotous mob thought they could use violence to silence the will of the people, to stop the work of our democracy, to drive us from this sacred ground. It did not happen. It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever. To all those who supported our campaign, I'm humbled by the faith you've placed in us. To all those who did not support us, let me say this. Hear me out as we move forward. Take a measure of me and my heart. If you still disagree, so be it. That's democracy. That's America. The right to dissent peaceably within the guardrails of our republic is perhaps this nation's greatest strength. Yet hear me clearly. Disagreement must not lead to disunion. And I pledge this to you. I will be a president for all Americans. All Americans. And I promise you, I will fight as hard for those who did not support me as for those who did. Many centuries ago, St. Augustine, a saint of my church, wrote that a people was a multitude defined by the common objects of their love. Defined by the common objects of their love. What are the common objects we as Americans love that define us as Americans? I think we know. Opportunity, security, liberty, dignity, respect, honor, and yes, the truth. Recent weeks and months have taught us a painful lesson. There is truth and there are lies. Lies told for power and for profit. And each of us has a duty and a responsibility as citizens, as Americans, and especially as leaders. Leaders who have pledged to honor our Constitution and protect our nation, to defend the truth and defeat the lies. Look, I understand that many of my fellow Americans view the future with fear and trepidation. I understand they worry about their jobs. I understand, like my dad, they lay in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering, can I keep my health care? Can I pay my mortgage? Thinking about their families, about what comes next. I promise you, I get it. But the answer is not to turn inward, to retreat into competing factions, distrusting those who don't look like you, or worship the way you do, or don't get their news from the same sources you do. We must end this uncivil war that pits red against blue, rural versus urban, or rural versus urban, conservative versus liberal. We can do this if we open our souls instead of hardening our hearts, if we show a little tolerance and humility, and if we're willing to stand in the other person's shoes, as my mom would say, just for a moment, stand in their shoes. Because here's the thing about life. There's no accounting for what fate will deal you. Some days, when you need a hand. There are other days when we're called to lend a hand. That's how it has to be. That's what we do for one another. And if we are this way, our country will be stronger, more prosperous, more ready for the future. And we can still disagree. My fellow Americans, in the work ahead of us, we're going to need each other. We need all our strength to persevere through this dark winter. We're entering what may be the toughest and deadliest period of the virus. We must set aside politics and finally face this pandemic as one nation. One nation. And I promise you this, as the Bible says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. We will get through this together. Together. Look, folks, all my colleagues I serve with in the House and the Senate up here, we all understand the world is watching all of us today. So here's my message to those beyond our borders. America has been tested, and we've come out stronger for it. We will repair our alliances and engage with the world once again. Not to meet yesterday's challenges, but today's and tomorrow's challenges. And we'll lead not merely by the example of our power, but by the power of our example. We'll be a strong and trusted partner for peace, progress, and security. Look, you all know we've been through so much in this nation. And my first act as president, I'd like to ask you to join me in a moment of silent prayer Remember all of those who we lost in this past year to the pandemic. Those 400,000 fellow Americans, moms, dads, husbands, wives, sons, daughters, friends, neighbors, and co-workers. We'll honor them for becoming the people and the nation we know we can and should be. So I ask you, let's say a silent prayer for those who've lost their lives and those left behind, and for our country. Amen. Folks, this is a time of testing. We face an attack on our democracy and on truth, a raging virus, growing inequity, the sting of systemic racism, a climate in crisis, America's role in the world. Any one of these would be enough to challenge us in profound ways. But the fact is, we face them all at once, presenting this nation with one of the gravest responsibilities we've had. Now we're going to be tested. Are we going to step up, all of us? It's time for boldness, for there's so much to do. And this is certain. I promise you, we will be judged, you and I, by how we resolve these cascading crises of our era. We will rise to the occasion is the question. Will we master this rare and difficult hour? Will we meet our obligations and pass along a new and better world to our children? I believe we must. I'm sure you do as well. I believe we will. And when we do, we'll write the next great chapter in the history of the United States of America, the American story. A story that might sound something like a song that means a lot to me. It's called American Anthem. There's one verse that stands out, at least for me, and it goes like this. The work and prayers of century have brought us to this day. What shall be our legacy? What will our children say? Let me know in my heart when my days are through. America, America, I gave my best to you. Let's us add our own work and prayers to the unfolding story of our great nation. If we do this, then when our days are through, our children and our children's children will say of us, they gave their best, they did their duty, they healed a broken land. My fellow Americans, I close the day where I began, with the sacred oath. Before God and all of you, I give you my word. I will always level with you. I will defend the Constitution. I'll defend our democracy. I'll defend America. And I'll give all of you, keep everything I do in your service, thinking not of power, but of possibilities, not of personal interest, but the public good. And together, we shall write an American story of hope, not fear, of unity, not division, of light, not darkness, a story of decency and dignity, love and healing, greatness and goodness. May this be the story that guides us, the story that inspires us, and the story that tells ages yet to come that we answered the call of history. We met the moment. Democracy and hope, truth and justice did not die on our watch but thrived. That America secured liberty at home and stood once again as a beacon to the world. That is what we owe our forebears, one another, and generation to follow. So, with purpose and resolve, we turn to those tasks of our time, sustained by faith, driven by conviction, and devoted to one another and the country we love with all our hearts. May God bless America, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, America.
that speech sure was not concise. It was very hard to follow, and he called everyone a white supremacist. So, not a good start, in my opinion. Sit down, President Walter.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Garth Brooks to perform Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. If I can ask you to sing this last verse with me, not just the people here, but the people at home, at work, as one, united. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
They look real concerned about the Rona, don't they? I guess those limitations are just for us.
Hard not to be reminded of President Obama's singing that same song at the Mother Emanuel Church. A song that in our culture is as close to both poetry and prayer as you could possibly come. And we're going to finish with those two things. Let me introduce Amanda Gorman, our nation's first ever National Poet Laureate.
Mr. President, Dr. Biden, Madam Vice President, Mr. Emhoff, Americans, and the world. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace. In the norms and notions of what just isn't always just is.
It sounds like some BLM stuff.
Before we knew it, somehow we do it, somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first, we must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true. That even as we grieved, we grew, that even as we hurt, we hoped, that even as we tired, we tried, that we'll forever be tied together, victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promised glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare it, because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith we trust, for while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. This is the era of just redemption. We feared it at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens, but one thing is certain. If we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright. So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left. With every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the wind-swept northeast, where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked south. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
What, no chanting? I'm not gonna have no chanting going on? No, silence is violence? Isn't that what she just said? I don't know, never mind.
Thank you, Amanda Gorman. Now for our benediction, I'm pleased to introduce Reverend Dr. Sylvester Beeman, the pastor of the Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Wilmington, Delaware, a friend of President Biden for 30 years.
As a nation and people of faith gathered in this historical moment, let us unite in prayer. God, we gather under the beauty of your holiness and the holiness of your beauty. We seek your face, your smile, your warm embrace. We petition you once more in this celebration. We pray for divine favor upon our President, Joseph R. Biden, and our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, and their family. We further ask that you would extend the same favor upon our Vice President, Kamala D. Harris, and our Second Gentleman, Doug Emhoff, and their family. More than ever, they and our nation need you. We need you, for in you we discover our common humanity. In our common humanity, we will seek out the wounded and bind their wounds. We will seek healing for those who are sick and diseased. We will mourn our dead. We will befriend the lonely, the least, and the left out. We will share our abundance with those who are hungry. We will do justly to the oppressed, acknowledge sin, and seek forgiveness, thus grasping reconciliation. In discovering our humanity, we will seek the good in and for all our neighbors. We will love the unlovable, remove the stigma of the so-called untouchables. We will care for our most vulnerable, our children, the elderly, emotionally challenged, and the poor. We will seek rehabilitation beyond correction. We will extend opportunity to those locked out of opportunity. We will make friends of our enemies. We will make friends of our enemies. People, your people, shall no longer raise up weapons against one another. We will rather use our resources for the national good and become a beacon of life and goodwill to the world. And neither shall we learn hatred anymore. We will lie down in peace and not make our neighbors afraid. In you, O God, we discover our humanity. In our humanity, we discover our commonness. Beyond the difference of color, creed, origin, political party, ideology, geography, and personal preferences. We'll become greater stewards of your environment, preserving the land, reaping from it a sustainable harvest, and securing its wonder and miracle-giving power for generations to come. This is our benediction, that from these hallowed grounds, where slaves labored to build this shrine and citadel to liberty and democracy, let us all acknowledge, from the indigenous Native American to those who recently received their citizenship, from the African American to those whose foreparents came from Europe and every corner of the globe, from the wealthy to those struggling to make it, from every human being regardless of their choices, that this is our country. As such, teach us, O God. As such, teach us, O God, to live in it, love in it, be healed in it, and reconcile to one another in it, lest we miss kingdom's goal. To your glory, majesty, dominion, and power forever. Hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. In the strong name of our collective faith. Amen.
Please remain standing as the Armed Forces Color Guard retires our national colors.
Hey everyone, please take a second to hit that like button. The more likes that we get in a short period of time, the more people the algorithm will bring into the chat to come hang out with us and see what's going on. If you're new here, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon. And if you want to make sure that you never miss a notification for when we go live and where we go live, make sure you join the Discord. The Discord's a free app that you can download. Go to any of my live videos, even if we're not live. In the description, you will find the link to the server, and you'll be greeted with an automated message letting you know that you made it successfully. Thank you so much, Callahan, Joe, Lover's Lady, Diana, for your donations and all your support. I really appreciate you guys being here. I know not everybody's really happy about what's going on, but it's still important that we see it nonetheless. And thank you so much to Tubin for joining the membership program, and welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. So we're going to let this play out for a little bit, and then we're going to see what's happening in the streets.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's see what's happening in the streets. Just a moment.
Lord, you need Jesus Christ, folks. Jesus Christ. Hey, I'll keep it very simple to you pockets right here. You disobey the law, you go to jail. You commit a crime here, you go to jail. You commit sin, you're going to go to jail.
I don't remember what the name of the Peacock is. Which one's that? SNBC. So they got those live U-Packs and they suck up all the bandwidth. Niggas, so us lowly streamers don't have anything to work with. But wow, some people got some real strong opinions. But like, as he's like, poking the bear. He's trying to stir up a fight. Because the young folks we talked to earlier. Man, let's ask this cat. Well, he's gonna jump into music, so we're not gonna be able to talk too much. Let me ask.
Will not behave like this.
That won't speak to each other, all because they disagree. And we need to sit down, man, have this painful, ugly, uncomfortable conversation. This is not America, man.
Right.
This is not America.
Right.
How can any American be proud of this?
Right.
I don't care who you voted for. How can you be proud of this?
Right. How does that conversation start?
Right here, just like this, man.
Right.
We all got issues, brother. Everybody got some isms in their closet.
Yeah, you got that right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So ain't nobody perfect. If ain't nobody perfect, how come we can't sit down and talk?
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that conversation is painful, ugly, and uncomfortable. And that's what people don't want to have.
Yeah.
That uncomfortable, painful, ugly conversation.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to stop. If we're going to change this.
Yeah. We keep saying, like, we don't talk about politics and religion, but I keep wondering why. Like, why are we not allowed to have those conversations? When did it become a fight? Why can't it just be a conversation?
Yeah. Why can't it be a conversation? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
And that's what we're not doing, brother.
Right.
Because we're talking at each other with the vindictiveness, the hatred, the division.
Yeah.
You know, it's a us and them,
Yeah.
a red or a blue. Yeah. No, man. We're on the same sinking ship.
Yeah.
And the rich got all the lifeboats. And we fighting each other like cats and dogs.
Right.
No, seriously, man.
Okay.
We on a sinking ship, fighting each other like cats and dogs.
Yeah.
And the rich got all the lifeboats.
Yeah. Man. So let's say we get everyone talking. What do we need to do? Like, what's some of the first steps we need to take collectively to change that?
Let's start with the families, man. We need to. If we can heal the families, we can heal the world.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we're going to start this, let's start with the family. Let's say every family sit down. And if we can get peace in the families, the world is healed.
Yeah. Starts at home.
It starts at home, man.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
Yeah, there are a lot of homes that are broken right now too, and people are trying to figure that out.
Because they disagree.
Yeah.
All because they disagree. They're broken.
Yeah. Well, this is great. What you're doing here is fantastic, and I appreciate you. You're pushing the most basic message. Like you said, agree to disagree. That's fine.
Agree to disagree.
But we can all love each other. Man, I
That's it.
appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. All right, you take care.
Take care.
That's good stuff. That's hey, what's up? That's exactly the conversations, like you said, we've been talking about this for a while, but that's what it comes down to, is being able to just talk about things, disagree, in love, like have countering viewpoints and still support each other as humans, This seems like a lot of preaching opportunities. Like a lot of folks just came out here to like preach. You had the dude over here that, I'm not kidding, even if you look at him from a distance, he does look like he does look like Kip. He loves technologies. Somebody needs to clip that for me. But also, he's got that like, what do they call him? I don't want to say dummy because that sounds insulting, but yeah. No, not a mannequin. Whatever you call him. Not a marionette, but you know, like a ventriloquist dummy. He kind of looks like a ventriloquist dummy. Informative dude, but has a very.
Let me zoom in on him again.
I'm gonna call it a VD. No, that sounds bad too. That sounds bad as well. That guy is looking floss. Let's go talk to him.
I knew it was gonna happen. Just got a copyright flag. It's so stupid.
Oh, it looks like they're doing their own little shoot here. Are y'all doing a shoot right now? Oh, okay. What's this? Who is this? Looking super dapper. Oh, are you not with each other? Oh, okay. I thought y'all were okay. No, they're their own. They're just doing their own photography. Yeah.
Okay, so that weird religious guy that spoke, his entire speech has been copywritten, and I don't know what kind of language this is. It's not Asian. It's something. I don't know what it is. I'm going to show you here in a second. But it's been blocked in all territories. I've never received a copyright like this. Hold on a second.
It's a Hebrew thing.
I'm not even sure if I can show you.
I'm gonna say it because they can't hear me.
Yeah.
On the 6th, the guy talked to me, but he had a huge one, this older guy.
Yeah.
And he just told me to hear him.
I can hear you. It's fine.
I don't know. But he had this.
So I don't know if you can see this or read this, but it's been blocked. Uneligible for monetization. Video cannot be seen or monetized. Copyright owner NHK, and it is blocked in all territories for this guy's entire speech. Maybe and then some. It's like 8 minutes are blocked. This is probably why they shut the video down. I have no idea what this guy said, but I'm getting ready to download this video and archive it because there's something wrong with that. I've never had anything like that happen. I'm telling you, the censorship is real.
Biblical term. As a believer, the Bible said in Numbers 10:9 that when you go to war in a land against an enemy that oppresses you, I need you to sound the alarm. I'll remember you and save you from the enemy. Our sole purpose of blowing this trumpet here, we know with all of the civil unrest and the upheaval, we are believing for peace and unity. We believe at the end of the day it will be a smooth transition. At the end of the day, that we all could say, you know what, it was a blessed and peaceful day. There was no rioting, no violence, and we could all go in our separate ways. But at the same time, it's an issue and use to bring glory to God. It's all about Him. It's all about us. And that's what we're here for. We're here to make peace. That's what. So when we blow the trumpet, we expect, despite our differences, we could all say at the end of the day, it was a great day.
Yeah.
Amen? And that's what we're here for.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Now, this particular horn, it goes back to, like, was it Jericho? Was that where it first?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me a little more about that.
Well, the walls of Jericho, God's a God of unusual miracle. And God gave the Israelite, He said, I've given you Jericho, and I need you to take 7 priests with 7 trumpets of ram horn and walk around Jericho for 7 days. And as a result of their obedience, you see, God used a horn to tear the walls down. There is many walls in the city here. There's many walls of civil unrest, walls of you just name the wall.
Right.
It's all type of walls. Racist walls. You just name the wall. Divide, division. So we believe that God is going to bring the wall and bring peace and unity. And that's what we're here for. So when you think about the walls of Jericho, because where Jericho is under siege by the enemy, the city and this nation is under siege.
Yeah.
And so we want the wall of all the division to calm down and unify us. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah, I get that. So yeah, I think people are confused. You're not trying to knock down an actual wall here. You're trying to knock down the metaphysical walls, the walls that are dividing people.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Wonderful. Appreciate that. Would you give it a...
All right, so for the people in the chat commenting on that copyright flag I just got, No, it was not the little BLM girl who was speaking. It was the white old dude that was talking about prayer and all this stuff. He also did like the little this stuff to Biden or whatever. No, it's going to be taken down. You can't even watch it. I can't even give you the link for it. It is already censored. You can't even watch it. I'm downloading it right now. It says I got about 15 minutes left. I'm actually surprised it hasn't destroyed my live stream. But it's going to go up on BitChute. You'll be able to watch it on BitChute. If you don't have me on BitChute, you need to go down in the description and click my links. You need to follow me on all my links because it's only a matter of time before they take me off of here.
Everyone's like, it must be going down. I love what you guys do, man. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate that so much. Thank you very much.
We were watching you, we were up in Rochester, and we were watching you guys, I think you were in D.C.
Yeah.
For all the Black Lives Matter stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were in our hotel room, and we were like, let's watch TJ.
I appreciate that, man. Seriously, for real, I appreciate that. Yeah. You too, man. I'm good. Glad to see you out here. So it's funny. That's the guy that ran past us up here. Is dude from? He's from. I want to say he's from Washington or Oregon, but he's all gas, no brakes. Got a ton of YouTube followers, like millions of YouTube followers. All it takes is him just making a sprint. People are like, there must be something going down.
Just see what happens.
This guy. Where? Huh? Oh, there they are, yeah. What's up, bro? Good to see you again. How you been? Hey. What up? I don't know. That's his own. He gets his own corner. So, dude, you're in the Northwest, right? Seattle. You're from Seattle. Yeah. Okay, that's right.
Where to see you again? I'm trying to think about it.
Seattle, Portland. Yeah, I'm from Seattle as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking shop.
Yeah. And then down in Portland.
Yeah. All right, I'm about to walk back down there.
All right, man. You good?
Yeah.
For the people asking, no, I am not on Telegram. People use Telegram for human trafficking and other terrible stuff. I do not use Telegram.
What's funny is, so I interviewed him down. He was in a couple different rallies actually. We got into the one in Portland, and he was interviewing Enrique Taro. Enrique was like, "What's up?"
Cops coming out. They're gonna clear out this area.
Yeah. But he was like, "You better not make me look bad." He was like, "Or what?" He was like, "I'm gonna kick your ass." And then they made the video, and it was just like they were yelling about White Claw and stuff. But dude, they make clever editing, but they've done some pretty incredible videos, some funny videos. But they got a ton of followers on YouTube, like a couple million followers. So. But
Go up to the edge.
yeah.
Time to go up to the edge of the street right here.
Yeah. Got some live view packs right there by you though. So check the frames.
There's a little bit of a.
It's gonna be a dance off. It's about to go down. Or maybe not. Please be a flash dance. Please be a flash dance. If they just started playing Thriller, that would be the hit. Anybody got the beats and can throw it out there? Maybe it'll happen. We can just make it happen.
I'd rather break out to if you want a pairing on it.
You want,
What is it? Not
but
if
we'd
you
get,
want it.
we can't have either MJ or Beyonce. We'd get copyright hit. So.
But Michael Jackson is A-okay. Come on now.
I said MJ. We can't do that either. Yeah, we get shut down. Well. It's interesting. So you see, they have their commanding officer, whatever, the officer on scene that has shotgun, and then everyone else is unarmed, other than nightsticks. And then, like I said, behind him, if you look off in the distance back over there, you have all the Humvees, and all those guys are fully armed. But that's, I guess it varies on what side of the fence you're on. But they went through, and the fence was put up, but then they put that razor wire around it too. So they've got. And then on the other side of that, they've set up secondary command posts. It looks like with if you see all those, yeah. And that runs all the way down. So they're trying to do a news feed. We don't want to interrupt you guys trying to do your feed. Go ahead.
There is such a larger presence the other day. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
They must be really pushed back to the line. Because you could go all the way to that fencing right there last time. Just a couple days ago.
The perimeter has been pushed back. What's funny is don't cross that line. Then we cross the line. That guy, don't cross that line. Don't cross that line. It makes you wonder, like.
That is a fancy mask.
Dig that Sub Pop hat, man.
Oh, thank you so much.
Rocking it, yeah.
Yeah, she got it for me, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you guys from the Northwest? You are?
Yeah.
We're going to rock that local, yeah. It's killing it. It's funny, every time I go to the airport, I'm in the airport all the time. Now they have that, like that Sub.
So we're really glad to see a new administration come in, and basically seeing the first female vice president come to office is just amazing, and it's really empowering in a lot of ways, you know? Like, I think that having diversity is a super important part of our lives. And seeing someone like Kamala come in is pretty rad.
You just said something that I have heard nobody mention. Actually, literally not a single person. The first person said a female vice president. The first, like all of this controversy around this election has overshadowed that there is another mile marker that's been hit where we have a female vice president now.
That's correct, yeah. So, you know, Hillary, obviously, things didn't work out in 2016, and like the fact that we're having a female in 2020, 2021 is just like, it's about time. Basically, that's it. And yeah, I don't know, we're just really confident in for a better world and a better America. Yeah.
Good looking out.
Yeah.
Has anyone mentioned that your guys' coats match?
Oh, not quite yet.
Tone
Not
it down
quite,
a
not
little.
quite yet.
Get out of here. We left the house today looking like this. How do you feel about the politics over here between DC, being out in this Baltimore, DC area, and like back in Washington, back in Seattle?
How do I feel about Baltimore versus DC? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Or no, Baltimore versus Seattle.
Oh, Baltimore versus Seattle. I've only been to Seattle one time. Seattle's cool. I think that a lot of it's been bought out by Amazon and Microsoft and Nintendo, and I think that in Baltimore, 90% of the business is locally owned, and more than the majority of that is African American. So in my opinion, you know, it's Baltimore is the greatest city in America, and I don't think otherwise. I'm so confident in that because it's just such a wonderful place to be, and it gets all this lousy rep from big mainstream media, and I think secretly what it boils down to is a lot of those people don't really know how incredible the city Baltimore is, and when the community comes together, all the local businesses are coming together. There's just something amazing that a lot of people aren't seeing, and I hope one day that people do see that.
Yeah, that's great. You know, I've had a chance to hit a lot of really small cities over the course of this last year, and just fallen in love with, like, I was in Kenosha, fell in love with Kenosha, and all these small places that are just beautiful. The people are amazing, like the structure, the camaraderie, the community. Yeah,
you know, seeing these underdog places like even like Flint, Michigan and stuff like that, like that are taking all these big hits, and basically, you know, seeing community come together, I don't think that's showcased enough. I don't think that's valued enough within our society for that to be mainstream. And it's such a shame because, like, when you say the word Baltimore, oh man, you'll just get shot as soon as you leave your car. That's insane because I live in Baltimore and so does she. And she's a transplant from Washington.
Right.
So, like, it's needless to say things are pretty, you know, things.
And you've never been shot leaving your car?
Not quite yet.
Well, not that I know of. It's just
yeah, but yeah, it's a great place, and we're happy to be from there, and we're just happy to be here as well. Just like this Nickelback fan club.
I thought you were kidding. I was like, what an obscure reference to make. And man, he was legitimately, there's a Nickelback fan club.
That's a cool ring, by the way. I like this.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, some of my viewers actually got this one for me. It's really cool. Yeah.
Do you have the business card or something?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
right
great.
there. You go.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks.
They're the quick prints. Yeah, they're all beat up.
Where are you guys based out of?
Seattle.
Oh,
and in Maryland. Yeah. So yeah. So this is actually my family. This is my sister right here. So yeah, we've been.
I'm over in like Sykesville, Eldersburg.
Oh yeah, sure. Nice. That's awesome.
Love it over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
My parents are from Enaugural.
Okay.
So that's
Beautiful
where
out
my
there.
family lives
I used to live out in Ravensdale. Gorgeous area out there.
I mean, it's beautiful.
It's tough. Yeah.
It's not
She said, beautiful area. You got the mountain right there. It's just gorgeous.
I know. It's good.
Cool. Are you guys doing all right over here? Staying safe?
Yeah, things have been great. Things have been great. Yeah, everyone's. I mean, this is a much different environment. I mean, temperature and than we've had with a lot of the DC trips I've made over the last 2 months.
Oh wow!
So it's really cool to see, and it's every time it's odd because you'll see kind of like a changing of the guard, so to speak, you know, and like kind of like the group that's really present in the streets, and kind of like the the overall temperature of that group is So this is nice. Everyone's really
Yeah,
chill.
it's been
Really
pretty
small. I thought I'd see a lot more people out
I
here.
know, I thought so too. The
Yeah.
streets were empty. It was like empty down here. I don't know. Like, I just think it's nice to be here in person. Like, even if you can't see it, I think
Yeah.
like watching it from here and like, I don't know, being under the same sun, the
Yeah.
same clouds, it's like that's really, really special.
I was trying to explain it to people, like, well, why would you want to go? You're not going to be able to. And I'm like, well, you get to be in D.C. for the inauguration of a
Precisely.
president.
Yeah,
You know, it's a big
exactly.
deal, you know?
Yeah.
Streets are only a little bit away.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. We're going to switch to another live streamer where there's a bigger crowd of people. Just a moment.
And, you know, it's just we get a chance to be here. It's just really cool to see, like, young people just excited to be a part of it, you know, be a part of democracy and the things that make
and
this
able to follow
country
the
great.
process in like the
Yeah.
full way and like,
Yeah.
come to the inauguration.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you ready for conference? Are you a politician or something? Nobody. So why do you dress like you up the block? Oh, okay.
Take that shit straight up the block.
He has white men on his side. Why the fuck are you wearing that? What's going on? Okay, so why that shit is a piece of shit. You own slaves. Hey, come back here. I want to fuck. Oh my God, she's a piece of shit. What do you know about what the hell are you doing?
Protect the laws of man. Protect life, protect growth. Justinian! Yeah!
Touching mics.
Not to say that you can't talk about our faith. No, they used to do that. It's not the state of the song. But it's the same inauguration book. They don't want the state or the government to do it.
Yeah.
Maxwell gave me a shout out. Well, shout out to Maxwell as well. I'm gonna check on him. I'm gonna check on his stream, see where he's at. Let's go, bro. What's the deal, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. I didn't even know you were out here. Shout out to Frank Nitty. I'm here with Andrew. Maxwell out from Louisville's out here. All Gas No Brakes is over here. Yeah, for sure. I've been here for 2 days.
Who been doing press? Who been doing press?
Everybody's out here pretty much. There's a whole group out here.
Right? Hopefully.
No!
Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you too.
You know you easily identify. Y'all don't even know who this is. Let them know. This is so Luna,
What's the
man.
deal? How's everybody doing?
Pretty good, man.
Good stuff. So how long you been out here?
I just got here.
Okay.
Today. How long you been here?
Shit, I've been here since
Alright, so I just got that other video downloaded. It'll go up on BitChute probably by the end of the day after I'm done live streaming and stuff, because otherwise it'll kill the live stream. Let's see. Thank you so much, Prairie Wind and Jamie, for your donations and all your support. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you so much, Truth Responder and Kathleen, for joining the membership program. And welcome to the family. You're officially hooligans. So yeah, I'm wondering how active things are going to be. I'm kind of surprised to see as many people as I do with National Guard being everywhere. I don't know. I don't know how active things are going to be. It's hard to say. Normally, I would say that it's going to be very active. But with the National Guard presence and all of that stuff, it's really hard to tell what's all going to be happening today.
Some of you hoes like Chipotle. I don't know. You're not beautiful. You're black, but you're not beautiful. Hey, what the fuck is all this? There's so much shit going on right now. Y'all filming? There is a lot of things going on. Like right now, there's a pedophile in the White House. Right now. There's pedophiles in the White House. Put a mask on!
We here for change. We here for change, right? Are y'all here for change?
Has gotten in front of the Jesus preachers. So we can get back to the main job because we're here. Journalists, by the way. Yeah, the journalists drawing the crowd and kind of like inciting the situation, gathering around and like causing
Want to feel something positive? This man's speaking truth. This man's a fucking idiot. This man's speaking truth. That's something. Fuck him. He's a racist fucking idiot. I ain't even trying to talk about myself, but I'm Mark Federer 50 miles from Milwaukee.
Okay, that's great. I'm so glad the homos and the whores left. I just wanted to get my loving message out. My loving message is Jesus Christ is so loving that he throws whores into hell. So loving. Jesus is so loving, so loving. He's literally made Joe Biden like brain dead. It's great. It's great stuff. It's great. God is so loving that he's able to raise
There
up
you are.
kings and
I was about to
destroy
freaking
them
come
in
find
the
you.
same
Bro, I'm
day.
next to you. I see you all the time. Nitty, right here.
Thanks, Army Vet Girl. I appreciate that.
God said, all of you who would not have them to reign over him, bring them before me and slay them before me. That's what Jesus said. At the end of the day, Jesus Christ is going to be Lord, no matter if you like it or not. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. It doesn't matter how many elections you steal. It doesn't matter. At the end of allegedly is another way of saying we did it, but we don't say it. Jesus Christ says, unless you repent, you'll all likewise perish. Perish. That means die. You'll be up in hell. Why do I need to wear a mask?
I figure Ricardo's at.
Yeah, Deanna, as far as I know, BitChute is not an app. It's a website. I don't think they have an app.
It's a whole lot of it. You missed a no, there's some bullshit happening.
I've been calm the last 2 hours.
That's right, and we're the right to those guys. And we're the right to those guys. What happened to 72 black people getting killed in Chicago, black on black death, and where was the marches for that? Who was that? Can we name one of them? No, we can only name one. Oh goodness, I think you oppressed yourself.
bullhorn.
In this country, yes. It was black on black crime. That's top that. No, America right now is being built on 2 million dead babies. That's what it's built on. Don't say people. If you're going to say people, include those babies in your number. If that's the case,
Guys, it'd be super helpful if you guys share the stream out. Spam those heart reactions. Hit that like button. It helps boost us in the algorithm. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. We're going to keep it going. I'm going to keep showing you guys what's going on. I've been kind of all over the place as far as like trying to find everybody's streams and check on everybody, so I haven't been super attentive to the comments. I apologize for that. It's probably a good idea though, because like, huh? You're right. But yeah, so it's probably a good idea though, because I guess there's some people in the comments talking mess, but I really don't care about those people. It is what it is. Appreciate all the people that are supportive. Yep, Nitty's right here.
Yo, my gimbal, do I gotta put weights on it? My shit tilted.
Yeah, you gotta put weights on it
to make it not tilt like that.
Yeah, or you gotta get a new gimbal.
I just bought this motherfucker.
Yeah, those ones are alright. You gotta get. Do they have the weights on Amazon and shit too? So it'll balance it out.
Bro, look at them shoes he got on.
The guy with the suit?
Yeah. Shoes bogus.
He dresses like that for YouTube because he's a YouTuber.
I know.
All gas, no brake.
Oh yeah. I know he doing it on purpose. What's going on, bro? He from Portland too?
Nah. Pretty big crowd compared to yesterday. Yeah, I went to BLM Plaza. There was hardly anybody there.
Hey, thank you so much, Two Feathers, for your donation and all your support. I appreciate you being here.
They're just ignorant. That is ridiculous. If those are the type of people that feminism combats, then yeah, definitely on your side. That guy has the most ignorant mindset I've ever heard. I don't know if you guys heard what he was just saying. He was saying that women were made to marry men only. That's their only thing that they're supposed to do. I don't know about that. I think my daughter is worth more than just being someone's bride. It is a beautiful day. Look at those clouds.
I told you, I'll text you.
Hey, thank you so much, Mr. Tix. I really appreciate you.
You definitely can get to that little part.
Good morning, 69 a drummer.
I said, why are you over there?
Stop blocking comments, someone says.
Huh? I always be calling your shit.
Hey, much love,
Just
bro.
in North Carolina talking about your shit.
Appreciate it, bro.
Trying to show somebody the room talents and everything.
Hey.
I don't even use.
Hey, what's up, Susan?
I'm looking for it.
That's dope.
I hashtag and put his thing in. I looked for it. I found a bunch of people that was doing like skateboard videos and stuff.
Yeah, much love, bro. I appreciate that.
That cop drinking a Twix with tea with. I don't like these. I ain't used to it yet.
Yeah, if you're worried about your comments getting blocked, just stop commenting things that would get your comments blocked. Honestly,
Let's find everybody ring.
Yes, sir.
Let's see who's over here. All right.
But yeah, if your comments are getting removed, just stop saying ignorant shit in the comments. I'm sorry that you. It's super easy to just say something else. Revise your comments as you're typing them. If you're like, you know what, this might get my comment removed. Just don't comment it. Just say something else. Say, wow, look at those clouds. Wow, look at the sun. It's a nice day. You don't have to say anything stupid.
I definitely want to hit the street.
You guys can't fall for that stuff. I see a lot of you reacting to what that guy said. YouTube does the same thing. YouTube censors comments that say swear words, racist stuff. If you mention a president's name, if you mention skin color, there's so much stuff. Like right now I'm seeing nothing but grayed out comments that no one else can see. And a lot of times the person who wrote it don't even realize that their comment is being flagged. You guys don't realize that YouTube, and I'm sure Facebook does, I've never been live on Facebook or Twitter or any of that stuff, but here on YouTube they do the same thing. So when you guys write comments that say, a lot of times it's ignorant stuff, it's not always ignorant stuff. Sometimes what you're saying is totally harmless, but the specific words you're using, YouTube will flag it. I'm seeing so many grayed out comments now because you guys are reacting to what that guy said, whoever the camera guy is, Soul Luna, whatever. Just so you guys know, it's not me flagging your comments. I mean, if you're saying something racist, hateful, inciting violence, I'll just ban you. You won't be able to write in the chat. So anybody who's like, oh, you're censoring us, oh, you're where's my freedom of speech, blah blah, that's YouTube doing it. And a lot of times it's because of what you're trying to write. So just keep that in mind. So if you see people saying, oh, Jeff's censoring us, I don't censor people, I just ban people. You just won't be here anymore. That's all there is to it. Like a lot of times when you see people with the thumbs down and stuff, that's because they wrote something racist, something hateful, or were inciting violence, and they got banned. I think they can still show up to the video, but they can't speak, they can't write in the chat, and so they just show up and thumbs down and cry a little bit, and I don't know, hug each other and stuff, hang out in each other's mom's basement. I don't know exactly what they do because they're banned, but just so you guys know, just want you guys to know how it works. It's not my fault. It's just the way YouTube is. We already know YouTube's commies. You see, when I was talking about Telegram, by the time I put the period on the sentence, they dropped out my my stream for a couple seconds there. Yeah, just trash panda. The censorship is real. What's up, Luca? Yeah, definitely, Jamie. Lots of them. Honestly, I'm surprised to see so many people here. As far as I can tell, this is like the only area where there's people gathered in DC. I'm surprised to even see this many people. Not really surprised to see all the BLM streamers are here. You see, there's not a lot of people carrying U.S. flags because that's not allowed. That's all been demonized. Anybody that carries a U.S. flag, they're automatically a Trumper or a threeper or something like that. So you can't do that anymore. You'll be arrested as a terrorist. So yeah, that's highly unfortunate. But I think that guy right there is news to share. He's kind of balanced from what I can tell, but the rest of these guys, they're all BLM live streamers. I almost know all the live streamers at this point. Obviously not personally, I don't know these people, but definitely covered enough of what they're watching, what they're showing, and all of that to know their names and whatnot. But yeah, I'm actually surprised there's so many people there. Even though they're not doing anything, they're just standing around. Still surprised. I've also been looking around to see if there's any other rallies and marches going on. I'm not really seeing a whole lot, at least at this time, but I'm going to keep my eyes open. I kind of thought there would be more action today, but we know how things go. It'll probably be after dark when real things happen. There's an American flag. That's right. Stand up against it. And I don't know if I've said this on a live, but I've definitely been saying this in the Discord. If you guys aren't a part of the Discord, you really need to be a part of the Discord. People need to put their gang down. Like, a lot of people don't realize that when you say you're a Trumper, when you say you're a threeper, when you say you're a Proud Boy, even like BLM people, that's gang mentality. It really is. It's gang mentality. You're saying that you're a group instead of saying that you're an American. And as much as you feel like you're standing up for freedom and unity, you're actually causing division. People need to stand up and say they're an American. They're there as Americans. They're standing up as Americans. They're waving their flag as an American. They're protesting as an American. If they would do this, it would be a lot harder to demonize people. It would be a lot harder to put them on CNN and be like, look at these crazies, these radicals. Look at all these evil people. And they can say that because of people holding their gang mentality so close to them. People need to get away from that. They need to just be an American and stop red team, blue team. This is my group. My group's better than your group. That's what's messing everything up. Like, that is what's messing everything up. It's totally putting a filter on the message. It's tainting your image. And it just makes it easier for them to target you, to censor you, to delete your channel, to arrest you, to, put everyone in a category. And like I just mentioned, if you have an American flag, they just assume you're a group, which is wrong. Anybody waving an American flag should just be pro-America, but nope. Now all of a sudden you're in a group. If you went outside right now and waved a flag and stood outside, expressing your, right to free speech while we still have it, people are automatically going to think you're a Trump supporter. They're automatically going to think that you're some sort of group and not just be like, oh, look at that, American. Even patriots, even being called a patriot doesn't even mean you're an American anymore. That's its own group now. And people need to get away from that. They need to just be like, yo, I'm here as an American. That's it. Not anything else. I'm here as an American. I'm standing up for my rights. I'm standing up for what I believe in. And this is all just my opinion. I'm not, literally telling you guys what to do, but I am telling you, it could be something to think about. Maybe it's something you should consider. Because I feel like, people they're holding that gang mentality too close. And they don't even realize it. You see people, Trumpers, whoever, being like, oh, BLM and their gang mentality. But they're doing it too. Anybody who's holding a group and saying that their club is cooler than somebody else's club, that's gang mentality. You gotta, you want to be a part of a gang, be an American. It's the biggest gang, best gang you could be a part of, being an American. Just stand up and say you're a proud American, and that's that, It's just my opinion on it.
There we go, I got it. I've been walking with it backwards this whole time. My mask.
Oh, look at these people all butthurt with sand in their hoo-ha. I will not be friends with a liberal. I will not join the left. Is that what I said? Is that what I said? Is that what I said? Because I'm pretty sure that's not what I said. But see, they got to hold that gang mentality real close to their heart. They'd be shaking in their boots. I guess you're not a proud American if that message hurt you. Maybe you should move to China, if they'll even take you. So, sorry if that hurts your feelings, your little feelings. You shouldn't be offended by making the suggestion that you should stand up as an American. Maybe you're not an American. Maybe you should think about that. I'm out here hurting feelings, telling people to be prideful and being a citizen of America. I just never thought, never thought that would be a thing. I thought I was totally in the clear saying that, but nope. Sandy hoo-has. Whew, they're out here. They're out here.
Because I've been wrong about the police and everybody else. Like, if we really was about that part where we like, oh, fuck that. My son got a warrant. You ain't fucking. We make over $250,000. Oh, so they're arguing now. Okay.
Yep, you guys are right. This is why we can't have nice things. You can't take me anywhere. You know, I just start sticking my opinion out there and people start crying and, you know, they just wipe your face. Wipe your face. You look ridiculous. It kills me. Kills me. So bad.
We have these other Jesus people coming up and saying, no, this guy is wrong.
And thank you so much, Jamie, for joining the membership program, and welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan.
Repent, believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and don't sin until you die. We're going to commit sin? Really? I'm finally glad you admit that, man. Look, guys, I'm going to keep it real simple. If you're still in sin, you're a child of the devil. You're not a child of God. 1 John 3:8 says, he who sins is of the devil. Period. That's it. That's Bible. That's it. He that is forgotten of God, then is not. That's it. He that is forgotten of God, keepeth himself in wicked one measures of God. Don't we know that we are God's
Shit out of you right now is you not gonna turn the other cheek, bro. That's what I'm gonna ask you.
Have you ever even seen a vagina before?
What?
Have you seen a vagina before?
Man, I was so wicked, I used to have a girlfriend, man. Trust me. I was wicked.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wicked. I was so wicked, I used to listen to Drake. That's how wicked I was.
What does the boob feel like? Tell me the truth.
The Bible says he that suffers in the flesh ceases from sin, so that he may no longer live his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of God. That is the will of God, to not sin. Matthew 5:48, Jesus says, be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. John chapter 8, no more.
Sounds like someone said Macklemore.
What's going on with you, bro? You doing all right? How you feeling? You're a Biden supporter?
What's that?
You're a Biden supporter?
I'm not a supporter of either option this summer. Just like
Really? Just American flagged up for no reason?
not for no reason. It's a celebration of America one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm with it. I wasn't sure if you were a wrestler, like a new WWE wrestler, or you were the new Paul Bearer for The Undertaker.
Hey, thank you so much, Sandy, for joining the membership program, and welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan.
I thought you were a WWE Trump wrestler, like Trumpsters.
I had somebody write me an email once. I think it was an email. And they said that, you know, they really like watching the channel and, you know, checking out what we do here. They said that every time I shout out a hooligan, welcome to the family, they all take a shot. It's like, well, that's an interesting game. That's an interesting game to play. Maybe today would be a good day for that. Every time we welcome a hooligan, everybody has to take a shot. I might have to go make a purchase.
Like the impeachment pound or something.
You being an American trumps your salvation. You would rather be an American than you would rather be a follower of Jesus. Jesus Christ said,
Let me get out of the frame. All hail. All right, let me know what you guys think they're saying in the comments. Somebody says, all hail Pastor Mike. All hail Pastor Mike.
Whoever keeps asking me about Civil War, do you think Civil War is coming? Okay. How can you even ask me that? I don't know what's coming. I don't know. I didn't think, we would have a liar as a president. I don't know what's coming. It depends how people are. Like I was just talking about, if people would rather hold their gang closer than, their, pride for America, then how can I predict whether or not there's going to be a civil war? Ask yourself, who do you think the Civil War is against? Most people are like, oh, you stand up against Antifa. Antifa's not in control of things. They're really not. If you think that's the Civil War, then then you have no idea what's going on here. So, yeah, I wish people would stop asking me about that. I don't know what's going to happen. I just put it on the screen. We're watching this together. You can't ask me what's going to happen next in the movie because I've never seen this movie before. This is real life. This is live. So it's really hard for me to say how things are going to go. And I'm definitely not a person to incite violence or anything like that. You've never heard me say that. So, we just got to wait and see what's going to happen. The only thing I can say is keep your eyes and ears open, learn information, verify that it's true, and be patient. You'll know what to do when it's time to do whatever you have to do. It's called instincts. You trust your gut. You'll get that feeling. You'll know when it's time to do whatever you need to do. It's part of, it's part of life.
Yeah, it's nitty.
I'm telling you guys, just study Jesus. Don't study Christianity, don't study the church. Study the man Jesus Christ. Hell yeah. He's perfect. He's love. Amen. Love you guys. That's the dip. Who cares? Jesus loves hookers. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for loving hookers. Real shit. That's what we think. Y'all coming out here with hate. Anybody else? Fuck with that.
Let me get one of those. That's what he's giving out right now.
Yeah, be good. Is that love? Is that love? Get your message across with hate, love. Bro, where your Jesus bracelets, bro? Where your Jesus bracelets, bro? You know what? You didn't bring Jesus first. The truth of this man speaks. Che Guevara had the spirit of Jesus Christ. Martin Luther King had the spirit. Why are you on media covering an idiot like that? He speaks the truth like this man speaks.
Yo, Jenny, thank you so much for your support. No, don't even worry about it, Jenny. Everything counts. Thank you so much for your support, Jenny. Super appreciated. Guys, make sure you guys comment, explanation point, notify if you guys want those live notifications. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it.
And that's what I just want to encourage you guys.
Just like this. Comment, notify, exactly like this. You'll get those live notifications turned on for you automatically. Go and drop that comment. Go and drop that comment. The notify thing. It turns on the notifications if you're streaming from a page.
Exclamation to notify. The downtrodden, he loved them all.
Oh, that's what's up. I know that.
He was truly accepted. Absolutely. Amen.
I appreciate that too, brother.
100% respect. The Lord did that.
I'm a Christian.
Anyone who makes the honesty to support Jesus and stick with that. I've been fighting American police terror for 9 fucking years from Leadville, Colorado, all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. Anyone in the media have the courage of Jesus Christ.
I'm from here originally. I was born in D.C. at Columbia, to be honest. Round up. If y'all want to rock with us.
Where y'all at? Let me get you. Come on, bro. Cornell, best engineering college in the whole country. I've met with nothing. I've been caged 5 times. I've had judges threaten to kill me. My mission when I've come here is to use the strength of the military.
There's a video on Instagram that we watched.
Hey, thank you so much, Crow of Judgment. I really appreciate your donation and all your support. Thank you for being here.
Said she's back. Who is it? You talking about the girl yelling? Or is somebody in the comments? We should probably let's make a route real quick. Yeah, that's what I.
I'm like some guy like Lucifer, you know, just to fuck with him.
Oh, okay.
I'm from the broken party, you know this?
I was right.
Some dude gave it to me and said they're trying to start a third party with
Mercado. Doing great. You see CJ over there?
Yeah.
I walked over to the Union Station earlier. It's kinda cool.
Is there anybody there?
I mean, it's just shit to look at.
Oh yeah.
Big ass monuments.
Nice. Sick.
Where everything is.
Yes, sir.
Oh, somebody else can post to y'all.
Former senators.
Let me know in the chat if you guys think this was worth 25,000 troops being sent here. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you think it was effective and that it worked as a deterrent to make sure nothing happened, or do you think it was? Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know.
Hey, thank you so much, Talon. I really appreciate you and all your support. Do you guys want to see what's going on at the White House or the Capitol or wherever they're at? Biden and Pelosi and whoever else, they're all standing around just giddy with power. Do you guys want to watch that, or do you want to keep watching this?
You don't have to convert them.
How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Black Lives Matter, right? Y'all trying to get y'all fast well?
All right, well, the no's have it. I guess we're staying here.
Look at how much attention that draws now.
She remember though. Ooh. How does it feel to be on the losing side though? Does it hurt your pride? Hey. Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Yeah, you got kicked out of LA.
Six feet. Give him 6 feet.
All right, hold on a second. We're gonna switch to CJ. He's right up, like close to them. Just a moment.
방금 막 취임식이 끝났는데요. 지지자들이
No, I'm not afraid. I mean, we can exert our First Amendment rights. I'm a proud patriot, American prayer warrior. I love this country, so I'm just here to peacefully share my passion for our country. Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Why are you here today? Why are you here?
To represent our truth.
And what's the truth?
Well, yeah, like I got the most interesting film out there. Watching y'all exert white privilege. All these people been out here this whole time.
Is this a protest?
Excuse me?
Are you here to protest?
No.
Okay.
I'm just here as a citizen of America.
Are you nervous being out here as a woman alone?
Excuse me?
Are you nervous being out here as a woman alone?
No, not at all.
No? Have you come out to events like this before?
Yeah, I've been here for several months.
Have you? Do you live in this area then?
No, I live all over the nation.
Okay.
Yep.
So, is this about the response that you expected?
With what?
Just with the amount of attention, the crowd that's gathered?
No, I mean, honestly, we just wanted to come to support as citizens of America with our free speech. I still support America, but the policies and the freedom that I want to see is through this hat and not what I just saw inaugurated.
So when you say you came out here to support the democratic process, is that what you came out to support?
Or maybe she's a little bit more white. They kind of followed her. Stop talking.
Yeah, there was no democratic process. We're not gonna have it. We're not gonna see a free and fair election after this election. So, but you know, I'm just making a stance. That's all I can do for millions and millions of people who saw the fraud, who watched the hours of thousands of ballots coming in the middle of the night. Trump won in a landslide. So
how do we go from here? Because Biden and Harris have been, they've been sworn into office. So what do we do at this?
Yeah, I mean, I stand yet again as a peaceful citizen and a patriot and lover of this land. My family died for this country. You know, all I can do is continue to stand for the truthful policies and the stance for life. Other than that, I'm still going to come in peace. I'm not violent and I'm not a hater. But, you know, I have my freedom of speech and I'm still going to fight the good fight of faith for our country. Heck no, I'm a rapper.
A rapper doesn't make you racist. I have one question.
Have her rap some lyrics.
What is Antifa?
Have her rap some
I
lyrics.
have one question. What does Antifa mean?
Hey, thank you so much, Robert and GM, for your donations and all your support. I really appreciate you guys. I really hope that what she just said does not get a strike on my account. They've been taking down videos and stuff that had to do with those hearings that showed proof. They took him down, and I was getting warnings, and the warnings were saying after the 20th, they would result in strikes against the account. After 3 strikes, they delete your account. Wasn't really too worried about it until I started thinking about it. That's so stupid. YouTube is so stupid. Oh my God. I'm gonna be upset if I get a strike for that, because she's right, but that doesn't mean it's not gonna get my channel deleted.
Groups, but give me a name of Antifa.
I'm sorry, wait,
Who's
I
in
don't
charge of
follow Antifa.
I can give you Black Lives Matter leader. Give me the leader of Antifa.
I don't follow Antifa.
You should. You should. You should follow them. You should know who the leader is.
I'm gonna go.
Sorry.
Girl, why aren't you wearing a mask?
Oh, I need to.
Why aren't you wearing a mask?
Sorry. Are you concerned about getting out? Yeah, I was gonna say, are you concerned at all about? Are you concerned at all about getting out of here?
No.
Did you and the other woman come together?
Yes, we rode a scooter together.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not worried. I mean, I've been at all of these for the past several months. I've prayed and I've stood for America and for freedom. And honestly, the majority of people want peace. And yeah, there's violent people. You just have to be aware.
So are you happy with the transition?
No, not at all.
But you recognize this is a normal transition?
Yeah. I mean, it just happened. It wasn't a free and fair election. I can tell you that 110%. Knowing insiders who know the fraud on multiple.
Yeah, she's gonna end up getting the channel banned. We already know the truth. Ah, man, what a sticky situation. Because I don't want to silence her because she's right. Stupid. So stupid. Everybody's talking about Rumble and whatever. You can't go live on Rumble. I wish people would stop saying that. You can't go live on Rumble. Like, it's just not a thing. It's not a thing.
And with our government leaders, but I don't agree that they were fairly brought in. So I'm just going to stand for what I believe in here.
But how do you stand for what you believe in when the government has decided?
Yeah, I mean, the 2020 vision that I prayed for was the opening my eyes of seeing the intense corruption. And when Donald Trump was a wrecking ball to the swamp, it exposed so much there. And so the man won in a landslide. He outperformed in every single area, and it's just unfortunate the way things have shifted. So
I mean, the question remains: how do we move forward then? When a portion of the country believes that, that they believe that the election was not fair, and they don't support the new presidency. How do we move forward? Is there any peace to be had between the two beliefs?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that there can be a bridge. I mean, it's great. It's very unsettling for conservatives and for the multiple millions who stood behind Trump to see what just transpired, because that is not what happened. And so my goal is I'm still going to support our country, and I'm still going to stand for life and for policies of freedom, because, the policies that the person who was just sworn in on, he's not for America first. So I'm still going to stand for America first and fighting a good fight of freedom. So, okay, thank you.
She keeps walking away from me all the time. I don't understand why.
I believe everyone should have that dream, because that's what it's all about. Can I ask you the same questions I asked her?
Try and just respect personal space.
I'm in
Never mind
DC.
giving interviews. But,
I need some lyrics. I need to hear you rap.
Yeah,
there you go. I need to hear you rap.
Oh, thank you so much, bro.
I can beatbox. Rap. I need to hear her rap.
Dream about America where Jesus was stretching out his
We don't
hand
care
and
about your
inviting
dream.
people
I want to
in.
hear her rap.
And I believe so in this hour. Jesus is inviting people.
She said
to
she's
come
a
in.
rapper.
It's not about a political party. It's about a
I wanna
party
hear
in
her
heaven
rap.
that celebrates when Jesus comes.
I just want to get over here.
I see deaf ears open. I see blind. I see
tumors dissolve. Jesus died for your sin and your sickness. And if you believe in him and what he's done for you, you will not perish, but you will have eternal life. I bless every single person in administration, in government. This is about life and bringing life and seeing freedom of speech. We want to see pro-life. And so we just love it.
Why do you have that hat on? Why do you have the hat on?
Are not free. Undocumented people are not free.
It's almost like they're going for their own personal paparazzi situation, you know?
Well, it's interesting because I kept asking her, like, how do we move forward? How do, you know, she said, I just want to come out here and support what? I don't know.
Yeah.
How do we move forward? How do we move forward? They don't really have an answer because we don't think the election was fair.
Yeah.
It is
Well,
interesting.
I don't. Yeah, that's like, are you here to support or are you here to? Yeah, like not agitate, I guess, but you know, to debate or to.
Create a spectacle.
Yeah.
I personally, as a woman alone, all I could think is that woman had really big earrings on, really big hoop earrings on. All it takes is one person to get rowdy and like yank. You know, like I wouldn't come out as a woman alone in a situation where I knew I was going to be a dissenting voice.
Yeah.
Nope. I mean, freedom of speech is great and all, but you have to be careful with your personal safety. I don't know why they didn't come out with a.
It is
pretty
interesting
ballsy.
to me to like just to come out here and just to walk. Like they're not doing anything but just walking, you know.
And they don't really have a message that they're sharing that's relevant, really.
But they're not really here to share a message until someone gets in their face. You know what I mean? So I don't think they came out. It doesn't seem like from what I'm watching, and I was kind of just standing back watching you kind of do your thing and listening to like. It just seemed like people are just they were just out here walking. Granted, why would you walk here unless you wanted to like stir it up? Maybe that wasn't their plan. Who knows? But that's what happened. But now they've got I guess like agitated attention is
What do they
just
want
as
the
effective.
attention for is the thing. That's what I don't understand is what's the end objective there.
I don't know. Anyone in the feed? What do you guys think? Did you guys hear anything, or what are your thoughts on that? On why that was why is that such a fiasco? I think honestly, it's at a point in the day where people, like I was saying to this guy earlier, like people are just getting maybe tired, frustrated, and bored. And they're just like looking for something to, something to focus their attention on right now. And two ladies in Trump hats come walking through and got something to look at, something to talk about.
Some of the comments are saying that they're just trying to show that Trump's fans or their zealots or whatever, that they're devoted enough to come into a place like this, to show that they're still active.
Huh.
I'm not saying it right because the comment went by too quickly.
Like kind of a.
Kind of like to show support for him, let him know that they're.
Sure.
Or make, create waves saying,
Yeah.
Trump still has like active supporters out there lobbying for him.
Yeah.
I think they can't hear anything I'm saying. You'll have to repeat.
No, they can.
I don't.
I'm
Stephanie
sure.
said they couldn't hear anything.
Nah, the mic picks up pretty well.
Agitators, that was the word I was looking
Yeah.
Bitch, all my grandma's dead.
We've had enough of those ladies. Oi. Yeah, let's take a look at what's going on around the way. So you're standing on strong legs right now. I'm just going to tell you.
Oh, thank you. If I'm getting cold, take it easy. Yeah, if I'm getting cold, I'm running too slow. So.
Oh yeah, were you just out for a jog and?
I come run out, check these things out. They're fun. I mean, any historic incident or event like this.
Right.
So I've been to like all the marches that have been in town.
Yeah.
I was actually here on the one at the 6th. I didn't stick around when they started storming the Congress, but I chatted with a lot of people, and they're fun. You wear Biden stuff. And it's a great conversation starter. And for the most part, you know, when you meet people at these marches, they're fine. And, you know, even if you disagree, you can have a good conversation.
When you wear Biden gear in a situation like the 6th, do you get the same response as like these ladies are getting wearing Trump gear?
No.
On the 20th?
No. And that's sort of interesting too. I mean, I've always felt very safe in the Trump marches. You know, even wearing Biden stuff. There's a few hotheads, oath takers, and the the other guys who can be kind of dicks. But most of the people are normal people, and you can sit there and you can have a really good conversation and explain, you know, why are you do not like Trump and stuff like that. So that's fun.
Yeah.
No, I do think that the Trump people do get a more hostile reception, but it's at a level that, you know, a Reagan supporter wouldn't get, right?
Okay.
You know, it's because Trump has done more damage, I think, to the country, and so it gets a much more visceral reaction. Plus, you have the Antifa people, who are not Democrats, by the way. They don't like Biden either.
They were pretty vocal about that earlier.
Yeah, they do not like Biden. They're far left. So I actually, you know, when I go to these Trump marches, right, there'd always be this Antifa group, and I'd go check them out and try and chat with them and stuff. They'd be super hostile.
Yeah.
You know, they are like the oath takers or the other sort of radical white groups that show up. So.
They're not trying to have a conversation, really, which is too bad because, you know, when you're that passionate about something, you really want to hear what people's viewpoints are, you know?
You do. You want to have a good conversation,
Yeah.
Who are you guys with?
CJTV, independent live stream channel based out of Seattle.
Hi, Seattle. Got friends.
I think we got a card here for you if you need one.
Oh, sure.
If not, I think I might have one here. There you go.
You guys just out for this event?
Yeah, we've been covering events all around the nation for the last year, so. Yeah. But we've been in DC here several times now for the last couple months, so.
Dude, you gotta be cool. Like, I'm chilly and I'm wearing layer upon
You know, I got 3 layers of t-shirts on, and, well, I was running.
He's a hardcore.
stuff, man.
He's a jogger. These guys, anyone that jogs on the regular has either got something wrong with them or they're just made out of steel.
Well, you do start to get cold if you're not running after a while, but yeah, no, I mean, it's a good conversation. I enjoy these things and stuff
Good
like
deal.
that. I hope you guys enjoy your stay.
Well, thank you very much.
How long are you going to be in town for?
So I leave tomorrow. My family is out in Maryland, yeah. So.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. The first 2 Trump marches, the one after the election, the one in December, and then there was one in November. That was super nice weather. And then the one in December was actually pretty nice too.
Yeah, I mean, this is
January 6th was chilly, but
it's probably the coldest that I've had. But I mean, it was snowing when we got here. And,
yeah.
The 6th was real cool. I was down here for that one.
The inauguration's always like that, though. It's always pretty cold.
Do you remember Clinton's inauguration? I said, do you remember Clinton's inauguration? It was like one of the biggest windstorms that year. It was power outages. I remember I got out of school for it because there was massive power outages in our
I went to one of the Bush ones. I'll never forget. It was about 6 inches of mud and then snow, right?
Senior or junior?
I hope so. Junior. Yeah. Senior.
Did you say you were down here on the 6th?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Whereabouts were you?
I ran around the whole march over by the Washington Memorial. There was I'd say about 12 to 15,000 people there at the time. It probably got up to about 20,000 before the day was over.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it was a larger crowd on the December 14th or December 12th event?
The November
March,
event
or
was by far the largest, and
Yeah,
that was probably 30 to 40,000
that
people.
million mega one they had?
Yeah, whatever. 30 to 40,000 people is my estimate by looking when you're looking on Pennsylvania Avenue when they're marching. The December one was pretty small, and then the January one is bigger than the December one, I think.
Wow.
What were your thoughts when you heard? What were your thoughts during the whole Capitol event on the 6th?
Yeah, what a catastrophe! And the freaking president wasn't stopping this, right? This is his cult followers, right? Following his every word, and he did nothing. Yeah. Nothing. In fact, it was Biden who actually came out and said something before Trump did. It's crazy. It was a disaster for America. Yeah. Thank God that we're done with that guy.
What are your thoughts on with Joe Biden? Had it been, are you a policies party guy? Where are you at with things?
Look, so as I say, if I'm a Democrat, but I'm a libertarian, business-minded guy. Biden was certainly not my first choice.
Right.
He's going to be fine. He's a good guy. This is the thing. He's a million times better than Trump. And all the Trump people are like, well, there's no enthusiasm for it. Enthusiasm was getting rid of Trump and getting back to normal politics. That's where the enthusiasm was. He'll do fine. I'm fine with that. The big win was getting rid of Trump, who was really degrading our democracy. And thank God, I would have been happy with another George Bush. I mean, honestly,
I was interviewing a group of people out here earlier, and I asked, like, what was the biggest part about today, like the most exciting part about today? And they said getting rid of Trump, and I was like, that's
it. That's what we voted for, right? It's not like, Biden's like the super great hero. He's certainly not a cult leader. You can tell that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody likes him. He's nice, right? I wouldn't run over people to go see him at a rally, right?
Right.
He's fine.
It was interesting. The thing that I found interesting was when I asked that, they were like, the best part about today is just getting rid of Trump.
Yeah.
It wasn't like swearing in Biden.
Let's get back to normal politics. When you're sitting there arguing over, who's a pervert or baby eater or whatever, that's so stupid.
Just so everyone knows, no one should eat babies. That's bad.
That's a really important one.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get back to questions about tariffs, right? I'm a free trader, unions. Let's get to questions about immigration, right? I think we should reform immigration, but I think it's something we can debate peacefully and have really good conversation about. Those are all great things, and I have tons of friends that we debate these points on, and that's great. But when your basic starting point is everybody in office, is a baby eating pervert.
Yeah. What is Biden bringing first and foremost? Biggest change that's going to come in.
Hoosiers.
What is Biden going to bring in? The biggest change that's going to happen? Do you feel?
Well, he's going to return back to the normal democracy where you can actually have debates about issues. I think that's going to be the main thing. A real sense of stability. I bet he's going to reduce the power of the presidency, which is interesting because he's president.
Mm-hmm.
The things that Trump just trampled over norms that we've relied on for 200 years, presidential norms. He's, degrading this democracy. Biden's going to return to those norms, and maybe with the help of the Republicans, we'll get them put into law and make it harder for another president to degrade democracy.
Yeah. You said you're a business owner?
No, I ran a trade association for years. So.
Okay. What would you like to see happen? What do you feel is something that...
I'd love to see immigration standardized and rationalized. I'd love to see more immigrants. And, this is the greatest country on earth. And, unless when my ancestors came in during the potato famine, right, from Ireland, they were coming from a shithole country, and they were the ones that nobody wanted.
Yeah.
It's an immigrant country, and it's made us great.
Yeah.
I'd like to see us competing on the world again. I'd like to see us leading the world politically, economically, getting back in charge of things. And well, I mean, not in charge, but it's not like if we've ever had an empire. It's just that basically we've led by example.
Yeah.
And that's fallen apart completely in the past 4 years. One of the things that had been put together before Trump came in was the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And it was basically an alliance of democracies, trade partners, right, that basically China was not part of. It was a way to control China. And the first thing Trump does when he comes into office is pulls us out of TPP. He never signs it. We never get into it. It's a disaster. I don't have a problem with trade with China, but I think we have to be clear. You see what's happening in China with what they call genocide now. We have to be clear. That's not what a liberal capitalist democracy should be doing.
Yeah.
And Trump ignored all that. It's our loss. Yeah. I mean, this is we can compete in the world. We certainly can. We can lead in the world. Yeah. And there's a sort of sense from the Trump side of the Republican Party that, oh no, they're killing us and stuff. It's not true. We are still the greatest power in the world, economically, politically, socially.
Sure. What do you feel the world's view is of us right now as a nation over the course of this last year?
In the past 24 hours, it's gone up 1,000,000%. I can tell you that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. No. I work in international things. I mean, Trump is a laughingstock. He really was a laughingstock, and he hamstrung the United States. He hamstrung basically Democratic parties. We relied on Merkel in Germany to basically be the world leader, and she's great, but Germany's not the United States.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
Put that down and eat.
Don't eat babies, and Germany is not the United States.
That's the takeaways.
On these one, guys, $10.
It's terrifying.
$10.
That's one step before someone gets killed in an alley.
Yeah, what's happening over here?
There was a couple women that had Trump hats on, and then there's the Jesus Saves Folks, and I think they kind of they're on a tandem mission right now.
Yeah.
I think maybe just because they were talking about Jesus as well, those women were. So.
You have the Antifa assholes too, right? That go around and think it's right. Look, I'm against punching Nazis. I'm against Nazis, but I'm against punching Nazis, right? The whole point is law and order.
Right.
And when you jump down to punching Nazis or attacking Congress, you've basically thrown all those principles right out the window.
Yeah, there's
So no throat punching on your book, huh?
Yeah.
Not on your watch.
He's a jogger, not a striker.
That's right.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah.
If you do strike, you can run away fast.
That was slow, but I can run away. Yeah, I kept going up to the, during the Trump march, and I'd go up to those tables and they had all the Trump stuff, and I'd try and buy a Biden shirt. They never carried them. I'm going to check this one out to see if they have Trump shirts.
There you go.
So you felt comfortable, like when you came out to the mega march and things like that, you felt comfortable in your Biden, did you come out in Biden gear?
Either Biden or I had a Fauci or a Buttigieg shirt, or I'd wear my Biden mask
And
or
nobody
whatever.
gave you a hard time about it?
Well, some people did, but you hang out with a big crowd of people, everybody.
So you would go in, like, safety in numbers?
Well, yeah, it was mostly all Trump people, but they were fine,
Did you go with other people that were in Biden gear?
No, just me. Just me. No, I wouldn't go in numbers. I mean...
She asked earlier, I'm curious, was Biden your first choice?
No, he was down the list there somewhere. No, Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg was my first choice.
Okay.
I think he would have been brilliant. And he'll be in the administration, so, he has a future.
How do you think Biden made it up as the DNC nomination?
Consensus. Yeah, I was kind of astonished because he kind of came from behind, right?
Yeah.
He's so old, but everybody knows him as a decent guy. I mean, he's always been on the left side of the party.
Do you think the fact that Harris was chosen as his VP, the first woman VP, played a part in it?
Yeah, I think it was helpful. I like her a lot. I'm sorry to see her leave the Senate because she was the best at grilling people in the hearings. I think she was fantastic.
Right.
So I'm sorry to see her leave that, but she'll be a great vice president, and and she has a great political future too. So
sure.
Yeah.
What do you think of some people that say that she's basically going to be running the country here within the next 2 years?
I don't wish that on anybody. I think Biden's fine, and let's keep him in as long as he's able. And if he seems sharp to me. I mean, I know a lot of QAnon people think he's senile or whatever, but he's the guy riding bicycles and not having problems walking on ramps. So I think Biden's doing fine. His speech today was great.
I fell off of the couch this morning, so I can't really give anybody grief.
Did you hear the speech he gave? It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And he's good at that stuff. So I think in terms of unifying the country, if you're not a complete QAnon nutcase, he's fine, right? You may not like him as politically, but he's a decent guy. And for bringing the country together, I think he's a great choice. I'm very, very comfortable with that.
Well, I appreciate you. Did we give you a card?
You gave me a card. You want a card? I can give you a card.
You have a card too? We'd love to see one. Yeah, we'd love to have one. I appreciate you taking the time, man. It's from.
It's a pleasure. I'm glad you guys come out. I actually appreciate it when people come to Washington and try and.
Yeah.
Even when they come to march. I mean, one of the really interesting things about the Trump march is that how few people have been to Washington before.
Yeah.
So you're chatting with them, and they're in from Idaho or Hawaii or whatever, and they're coming to Washington for the first time.
Yeah.
And maybe they support Trump, and I don't, but we can still have a good conversation, and I'm glad they're coming to find out, what's going on. So that's
such a beautiful city too, man. Like it's great.
City,
it's an amazing opportunity to see things firsthand and experience it for yourself. Like we've talked to many people today, and they just said they were just excited to be here and be a part of democracy.
It's a beautiful city, and it does stuff like this really well. It's a shame that we don't have all the parties and everything else that goes along with the.
Normally we'd have a motorcade. There'd be a parade. There would be not so much armed guards possibly that are.
There's always a lot of security.
The National Guard made that clear that this is something they do every inauguration. They have a very large presence, but
they do.
So.
And they don't normally carry the long guns. Although I didn't see a whole lot of long guns today.
No, they're on the other side of the fence, actually.
They were on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't have the magazines in.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
I know I haven't seen any with magazines, and other than the police.
Yeah, I talked to the liaison officer, and he said that basically their posture was their first line of defense was to just their presence.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah. And I'm loving this coat right here.
Yes, a few questions. It'll be quick.
There you go.
As long as the wind stays up, take it easy.
Yeah, hey man, thank you very much. Good talking with you. Yeah, take care of yourself.
This press has got their security. I I couldn't catch what mainstream media they were, but they come with their own like bodyguards and stuff.
Most of them do.
Yeah, I saw that on the 6th. It was like they couldn't make it through a crowd without. They had to have people like move around them.
Yeah.
Because if they identified them,
Yeah.
they were not. They were not cordial.
Yeah. Let's do some puppy cam real quick, cause I'm oh my gosh. What's your dog's name?
Oh, Maxwell.
Maxwell. Can I pet Maxwell?
Yeah, sure.
Maxwell.
Hey, you want to say hi?
What's up, bud?
Good boy.
Hi, guy. Want to say what's up? How you doing, dog? You like to vote? All right, good dancer. What kind of dog is this?
He's a mixed breed with Chow, Pit Bull, and Labrador.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all,
Right.
buddy? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I've never seen him either.
We found it. We found it, Maxwell. And go. Good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a good boy.
You must be a very good person. He doesn't take people like that
I
too well.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. He's excited. He saw.
He does really good with the crowd out here.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm trying to get him socialized. He's about a year and a half.
Good.
But he gets freaked out from certain things. That's why I was so surprised that he let
He's a
you.
good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah. He's doing good.
Thank you for being so kind to
Hey,
the dog.
thank you for letting me pet him.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He looked at the camera. He was bugging for it.
He's posing for that.
Yeah, I know. He took his beauty shot right there, didn't he?
Just good.
Oh, he's a happy boy. How long have you had
He
it?
said it's just at that point where I don't feel like I should have to jump. Get it, Max, get it.
He got caught on his leash.
It was like, right at that point where you're like, I can reach it, but I can't. Like, don't make me stretch. Yeah. What am I gonna do?
Do you live around this area?
I do not. No.
Are you just in town for the inauguration, or?
Yeah.
Right on, man. Right on. How do you feel about things? How's everything gone for you?
Pretty well, pretty smooth. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was cold this morning. You know?
It was
it's
real
still
cold.
kind of cold now, but
Yeah.
I seen Trump leave on the chopper.
Oh yeah.
And then President Joe come riding in the convoy.
Oh really?
Got to see both of them. Yeah.
Man, you got to see what everyone else came out to see.
I
but
know, man. I got.
Did the convoy come down that way?
Yeah, they came right through that, like kind of that circle right there.
Yeah.
And then right in through there.
Okay.
I'll show you
Get
on
some
the.
video of it. Yeah, let's show you. Look at that.
Look at Nate.
Your energy's getting lunchtime now. Wonder who's coming through right there.
How big was the motorcade?
So
Yeah, there it looks
this
like-
is
I'm gonna
about
just-
a minute 13 seconds, but this was
Take a look, see. Was it bright? Hold on a second.
well, I can send it to you.
Oh, that'd be great. What time of day was this?
Trump leaving?
No, this was Joe Biden coming in.
Oh, Biden.
That's Biden in the inside truck right there.
What time of day was that one?
10,
Can't say.
10, 12.
About 10, 12. How did you know he was going to be coming down this route?
I did not. There was a chance.
Right place, right time.
Yeah. There was
Yeah, I got one right here.
I can shoot that to you.
Yeah, here, I'll give you. Here's a couple different. There's my emails on there. If you want to throw that over, that'd be great, man.
Yeah, for sure.
My hands
And
are.
I was pretty sure it was him because, like, if you look in on that one.
Oh yeah, I see where you're at. Yeah. Okay.
And that
yeah.
was the and see that was the inside car of the caravan.
Hi, bud. Hi. Are we best friends now? We are best friends, huh? Yes, sir. We're best friends, huh? Come here. Come here. Come here. You my bud? Maxwell, my new buddy? Yeah.
Oh, I just now noticed the press. Who do y'all work with? Or?
Independent. So I do a live stream show.
Okay.
We do a live stream show, CJTV,
Right on,
based
man.
out of Seattle. And
yeah.
yeah, just making the rounds, man.
So y'all just came out for the inauguration as well?
Yeah, we've been trying to. trying to cover as much as possible from coast to coast, for the last year basically. So, but we've been out here so many times for everything else that's happened leading up to this that it was like, even though we couldn't get too close, it was, it's time to be down here and just kind of like where you're at, you and Maxwell here, just kind of a chance to see people and say hi. And
yeah, I think it's been pretty quiet. I mean, not craziness wise. I haven't seen too much.
Everyone I talked to said this is basically one of the biggest crowds that they've had out here.
This crowd? Yeah, I would say this crowd, and then like one other on the other side I saw it was kind of big, but it all gets started up by those anti-people.
Antifa?
Well, I don't know. No, I wouldn't say that. The ones, these people calling everybody gay and
the preacher folks.
Yeah, the megaphone folks.
Yeah, the homos go to hell folks.
Yes. Yeah,
Yep.
The ones that are just inciting crap.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
I don't know what these guys are doing down there.
Marching
They
band.
got drums and shit.
They're doing it. It's an interpretive art piece. We're gonna go check it out, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, brother. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah,
Maxwell, bud. Good boy.
Can you hold the bag so I can close it, please?
I'll send you that if you want that.
Please do, yeah.
It's about a minute long, but
Yeah. Send it over, man. We'll post it. All right, my guy. Take care. That was my new
Made like a new best friend.
My new road buddy.
The lighting is beautiful right now. And it's crystal clear quality on the frames. On the feet. Look at these little girls over there.
Oh, excuse us.
correctly, this lady here one time pulled an American flag from an indelicate portion of her body back in November.
I was joking at first about it being an interpretive art piece, and now it really does look like an interpretive art piece. That is disturbing. It's like a Shia LaBeouf type thing, like and Sia. You know what I mean? It's some shit you don't expect to see, but you can't stop watching. You know what I'm talking about? This is rapid.
People clap by snapping their fingers at the end of it.
Yeah. Sid.
I don't think I'm gonna make myself look like a
Keeping it sharp. Yeah, looking good. Looking good.
What's up, Sarah? What do you guys think of this performance here? I mean, the drumming's fine, but I don't know about that interpretive dance, I guess we could call it. I can't interpretate that. I don't, not sure what exactly they're expressing there. That, I don't know, whatever she is. I think it's a woman. I don't really know. Wearing like the rainbow furry coat and like a bikini and then a Biden mask, like full head mask. That person's a psychopath. Like I've watched that person a couple times now through other people's live stream, kind of like off camera here. She's a crazy person, like full blown crazy person. She was like wrapping thread around herself. She looks like a drunk person. Drugs are bad, you know. You don't do drugs, everyone. It's not worth it. You just end up looking like that. You guys remember bath salts? Remember bath salts was making people into zombies and they were acting like crackheads rolling around in the street? I think she's bringing it back. I think she might be bringing it back. I'm not sure.
What's up, y'all? So I think I'm just acting like all of a sudden you're for the first time seeing me. There we go. But we're resetting the battery. We got a battery hookup issue here we're dealing with. Things are really slowed down out here, though.
I think to speed it up again, we should have CJ go out there and do some interpretive dance.
My life is an interpretive dance. My big go-to when I retire is going to be doing an on-Broadway interpretive dance performance of the Wayans brothers' careers, all of them.
One-man show.
Damon, Marlon, Keenan, you name it, I'm all of them. So I think the world's not quite ready for it yet, but we'll get there, you know.
We're working our way towards it.
I'm softly approaching the next stage of my artistic dance prowess. So stay tuned. This is bound to happen. There you go. Yeah. Careful, careful. I want to do the bottom one instead.
Yeah, she might have taken the vaccine. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it very well could be. It very well could be. Statistics are showing as far as allergic reactions to the vaccine, basically meaning that these people are dying terribly. It actually seems to affect women more than men for some reason, and maybe she's just suffering side effects. I'm not sure. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the vaccine is more dangerous than the virus. That's probably why they don't tell you the survival rate of it. They don't want you to put some numbers together and think for yourself. You know they don't want you to think for yourself if that's not obvious. But yeah, they don't tell you the survival rate of the vaccine because they don't want you to realize that the vaccine is more dangerous than the virus itself. It's ridiculous.
For a minute.
Okay. All right. I'm sure you don't want to.
What? We'll talk to these National Guard folks up here first. You saw they already had some of them coming out over here, and they still have like a big grouping of them up here. So I'm curious how long, like the one guy we talked to, the first liaison officer, he said that they were probably going to be here.
Really quick, they take an
Oh,
like
just in
bombs.
case there might be bombs, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's interesting that it's back. It does have.
But that was
barricades.
gone?
Yeah, that was gone. All of them were gone along this avenue, First Avenue, Second Avenue. They were all taken out.
Really?
hmm I talked to the Secret Service agent about it, and he said they took
Weird.
it out.
I know they had taken out a lot of the bike posts and stuff like that too. Was something like, which was interesting. Well, anything that could have been used or construed as an explosive device, or could have been used for hiding an explosive device. Which is interesting. I guess post office boxes are pretty much positioned for access and ease. So
You can't leave backpacks on there. You can't leave. I mean, anything suspicious on the street is going to be noticed.
yeah,
You dump something in a post office box. Not that I'm advocating anything.
right.
See, who are these people coming out of here?
Workers,
Media? Like roadies?
contractors, roadies for the concert they had inside.
Yeah. They had to have some sort of sound system going on.
They had the big band situation going.
It's getting nippy.
Oh man.
Oh, you know what though? I was on First Avenue. This is the avenue I was on, so maybe that wasn't the post. I mean, I know they took the post office boxes out, but I bet there's none on this street. This is the police direction,
Yeah.
the Capitol entrance. So when they stormed
Whew.
the Capitol,
When they stormed the Capitol, what?
they.
There he is.
There's our friend. You want to walk over here and I'll point it out?
Yeah. Whew.
So when the White House is straight down to the right.
Yeah.
So when, at the end of Trump's speech, they came down, that's Constitution Avenue. People marched down Constitution Avenue.
Yeah.
And straight over here to the left, on the other side of this building, is the Capitol.
Crazy.
This
Yes.
is like the last checkpoint.
There's a lot of people moving around in there. I mean, way back down past that back gate there.
That's the other perimeter on the other side of the Capitol, though. I think that's all. It's got to be all National Guard because that's as close as this is. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
This is First and Pennsylvania, and that's First and Constitution down there.
Okay.
I guess one more down is Pennsylvania, and then one more down is. Oh no, we're still a couple blocks out.
I hope so. I hope that there can be a bridge.
That was you earlier.
You want to walk up as far as we can and look down the Capitol way?
Yeah. Thanks. You guys are all part of that Pennsylvania crew, huh? Yeah, we talked to your liaison officer earlier. Said you guys, public relations officer, whatever. Whew. Stay pretty chill for you guys out here so far? Yeah? That's good. That's good. Man, it's not snowing anymore, but it's not any warmer.
I feel like it was warmer when it was snowing.
You think?
Yeah.
At least you have some clouds, I think, so it does give some of that like thermal aspect. Man, and you guys are right in the tunnel right here too. This is like it's coming down both sides. Over there, it's not as bad. You need to tell them to rotate y'all. Get you guys a block that way. You'll be doing a lot better.
Do they rotate you guys around a little bit? Do you have to stay in one spot all day?
We're on rotation.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because the sun is shining right over there. Those guys are like, suckers.
I got like 25 minutes of it.
You got 25 minutes what?
The sun.
Okay. So days.
I like you had that down. It wasn't like 30. He was like 20. It was 24 and a half minutes. He's like, the sun's gone, Jenkins. It's gone. Time to take our mandatory 10-minute break. Oh man, you guys are earning it today, bro. I appreciate what y'all are doing. All right, take care.
And we were able to go through this checkpoint.
No.
Well, on Sunday I went through like all the way down in front of the Capitol. We use press credentials. But how far back is this? Like, is this the barrier to like press? And then what comes next after that?
I wish I did. I don't know what's behind us.
Got you guys, I mean. My finger, I just get real chilling.
He got a thermos strapped in. That's smarts right there. That's planning ahead.
Oh, you got your hood on, right?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. All Pennsylvania? Hold on. Yeah. Oh, here you go. Take this. I gotta go. Here real quick.
I told him to go. Told him to go ahead of time, but you know. Ladies and gentlemen, it is getting real nippy out here. It's getting chilly. Flip the camera. I also. Oh. Nope. I hear something. Oh, it's nothing. I'm curious to know who these guys are walking down the street. I saw them earlier. They look pretty official. Like, I don't know, like they're in a band or something. Yeah, it is interesting that everyone anticipated a much larger response today. And as you can see, it just hasn't been bad, which is nice. We've also seen that the flags are still at half-mast. They've been at half-mast, I think, since the 6th. But I would have thought that on the Inauguration Day, they would have raised them to full mast. So again, we're down here in Washington, D.C. on Inauguration Day. And I'm sure that the last time we heard Biden and Harris had made their way over to Arlington Cemetery to put a wreath on the unnamed soldier with the Obamas. I say their names like we're buddies or something. But and then we talked with the gentleman down there who said that he saw the motorcade bring Biden in. There's some sort of custom or a tradition or maybe even a law, I'm not sure, that says that both presidents can be in the White House at the same time. CJ's gonna have to catch up. I think there's something moving on down over here. But so Trump took off this morning in Marine One. Oh, there's nothing going on. Yeah, Trump took off this morning in Marine One to Andrews Air Force Base, which is about an hour and a half drive from here. He had a press conference where he did his farewell address from Andrews Air Force Base, and then he was taking off to Florida, to his compound down there, while Biden was coming into the Capitol. Did you just smell your gloves?
No.
I got hand sanitizer if you don't have them.
I just had some extra.
Yeah, Jessica, it's pretty cold. But I was telling the feed that there's some, I don't know, is it a law or just a tradition, you guys, that both the outgoing president and incoming president can't be at the White House at the same time until they come together and kind of do the official handoff, which of course didn't happen this year. See, okay, look, this lady got through. She just showed her little badge and got through.
One of those White House badges. One of those super duper like G5 clearance badges.
Well, there you go.
One of those things that not everybody has type badges.
Yeah, so this is the first one.
Here, let's show there's a big group of
where?
National Guard coming in from the left.
Okay. Yeah, this is the, I think Andrew Jackson was the last time that an outgoing president didn't support the incoming president. Hey, pop quiz for you guys. Which president had the shortest presidential term? CJ, do you know?
What?
Which president had the shortest presidential term?
Nixon.
No.
I don't know. Who was it? John F. Kennedy?
Nope.
No? Abraham Lincoln?
No.
I was going off assassinations because I thought maybe that.
I'll give you a hint.
Are we wagering in that though?
No, so here's the deal. No, it's not assassination. This president was elected president and gave a 3.5-hour inaugural speech, which next to Trump's was the longest, in the snow, ended up getting pneumonia and died 33 days into his presidency.
That's terrible.
Yep. You guys, let me see in the comments. Does anyone know?
For 1,000,000 points. No Googling though.
I was gonna say, you know they're Googling.
I know you guys are gonna Google it up.
Oh, Stephanie is calling me. Hold on a second.
So over here to our left, you've got, these are the armed enforcement you guys see here.
Okay, so is the stream on?
Unfortunately, I cannot show people open carrying, even though it's the military. They will remove the channel over that. They will totally delete the video, but they will also strike my account for it. So I can unfortunately not show this. So stupid. YouTube is so stupid. There is quite a few of them. Interesting.
That's the, I don't know if this is, yeah, it looks like more reserved, but these are, like I said, there's the guys that you see to our left right there, on our hard left, that are unarmed, but then you've got,
I wonder what the difference is between them. I wonder if the patches on their left shoulder signify what units they're with.
yeah, that was the other guy he pointed
Like
out.
what
He said,
state?
like, oh, there you go, if you look to our left here, these are all the heavy artillery coming through here.
I wonder where they're coming from.
The Bearcats.
I wonder if it's congressmen coming out.
I think they're just moving around some of the troops.
That guy had a regular hat on. He didn't have-
Those guys are like contractors. Those are FBI.
I wonder what they're expecting. Like, what's the point of having all of them show up now, like this late in the day after everything's all over? I can't see if they have mags. I know all the live streams I've watched all the way up until today, they have not had mags. I've seen them fumbling with their pew-pew sticks and all of that stuff. I've been able to see up inside the bottom of them. As of to this point, I haven't seen any mags, but the whatever they are, the soldiers, I mean, I guess they're National Guard, but they have U.S. Army across the chest, so I don't really know. But those guys actually had mags in their pouches, but they didn't have no pew-pew sticks. So I don't know if they're like got a buddy system going or what. But I'm watching it right now to see if any of these pew-pews have mags.
The response. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yep, okay. It's the first person I saw who got it is Gregory Dockery. It was
Say
William-
Zachary.
No, I do not see mags.
Zachary Taylor Thomas.
Gregory Dockery. So the answer to my question, let me tell him again. No, there's more movement up there. The president that had the shortest term was William Henry Harrison.
Yeah, they're just expensive baseball bats at this point.
And it's because he gave a 3.5-hour inaugural speech in the snow. Everyone was really irritated with him. He got pneumonia and died 33 days later. Poor guy. Imagine how much work it is to get elected president. Like the amount of, maneuvering, politicking. And then he was so pleased with himself, he gave an inaugural address that killed him in the end. So, yep, that's the answer to that
music,
one. They should have played the music. What does that mean?
Cue the music. It's time
Get
to
a
stop doing your speech.
get a big hook and pull him off the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, good job.
Oh, good, good. Yep. Thank you. So yeah, I think the patch on the left arm, I believe, is where they're from. So
No mags. They just walked right by CJ. There's no mags.
Whew. Eat water enough, and I got the mic. So.
I wanted to get a full line of them.
So I don't know if they're heading into the other checkpoint or. Yeah. Sorry.
You want a beef stick?
No, thank you. The guy in the background you hear yelling, it was the gentleman we were talking to during that religious debate they were having about what kind of Christian they were, which was a confusing one for me, I'm not going to lie. One guy was saying that it was about the practice, and the other guy was saying it was about like the salvation of it. So I don't know if it was one dude was saying like you're atoned through the death of Jesus. Another guy was saying that if you don't stop sinning, you're going to hell. This charter bus driver has just got to be ready to curb out. He's watched 4 seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I would zoom in for you guys, but let me see if my gloved up fingers will do that for you. That is not happening. So, well, they're heading into the gates right now. What's interesting is up on the left there, you can see the Connex boxes, like they're the Connex control centers where they've got. Those are offices actually that are set up. You see a couple of doors just popped open. So they've definitely got like this perimeter is.
It's 2:46 here, Kari.
And he said they're going to be here for at least another 24 hours. I guess the thought would be until the crowds die down, but as you guys can see out here, there's no crowds. You know what I mean? There's, mostly media and, the lingering folks that are just kind of maybe here to see what else is going to happen. But for the most part, I think everyone's kind of, everyone's kind of cut out. I'm curious if they have anything this evening that's going to be going on, like any kind of counter protests or. Whew, man, that breeze.
Stephanie said we lost the multi-stream.
The what?
Stephanie said her computer crashed, so she's getting it back up again so she can multi-stream.
Yeah, I noticed that too, Sarah.
I don't know if you guys saw any of those pictures that that have been posted of like the Capitol, where you just have all the the National Guard troops just laying all over the floor and on the staircases and up against monuments, but doing their best to kind of bunker down inside there. It's interesting. Woo. It's cold. It got cold. Like the sun went down behind these buildings, and it got real cold. What's that?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Thought that guy looked like Anthony Bourdain for a second, and I was like, oh man. What do you think? Look at this dude. This guy right over here looks just like Anthony Bourdain. See what I'm talking about? You don't know who Anthony Bourdain is? He passed away, but he had a travel show. We had a food show for a while, right? Sorry guys, I can't see comments.
All right, guys. I think it's time to wrap this up. He's just rambling on. There ain't nothing on the screen. Just a second.
All that equipment.
All right, everyone. That's it for now. Probably going to get some food and stuff. Wait to see if they strike my account because of what that one girl said earlier. I really hope not. I don't want to deal with a strike on my account. I'd like to be able to stay rolling and keep the truth going. It's definitely not worth that 20 seconds of stuff she said that we already know is true. We already know that's true. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I know it's a interesting day. Hopefully there will be stuff going on. I'm thinking there might be maybe later on in the day. I'm really thinking stuff will happen after dark. Probably not in DC, but in other areas. I'm thinking after dark there will be some stuff going on. So until then, definitely, get some food and, hang out a bit and kind of breathe, let all this weight go, at least for now. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership program, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are what's keeping the channel going. You're why I'm able to do this every day. So thank you guys so much. Thank you everyone for being here. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you want to make sure that you're notified every single time I go live, when and where, you have to join the Discord. The Discord is a free app that you can download on your phone. You come to any of my lives, even when we're not live, go in the description. You'll see the link. It'll bring you straight to my server. You'll be greeted with an automated message letting you know you've done everything you need to do in order to receive a notification when we go live. There's no algorithm or anything like that. You will always receive a notification every single time we go live. Thank you guys for being here. Until next time, stand tall, shine bright. That's a wrap.